Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. Today is Tuesday, August the 31st, 2010, last day of August, and it's time to look at the markets. Okay, before we begin today, I have to update everybody on our project here. 5 months ago, we set out to make a free service, 100% free service, and we only asked that people refer their friends, and we would continue to grow, and therefore we continue to be free. The only problem with that is it actually costs me money every single month, thousands of dollars actually, to do this. And I told you guys at the time I didn't mind doing that as long as we were growing, because that would mean, at some point in time, the ad revenue would pay for the cost of the service by itself, and I wouldn't have to keep spending money on it. Well, we've done it for 5 consecutive months. We have been growing, and every month, at the end of the month, I like to tell you guys where we stand. So, with no further ado, because of your guys' support, our website is now paying for 40% of the monthly expenses just from the ad revenue. So thank you very much for your support. Let's continue doing that. I just want to say thank you very much. I know get a lot of people saying our service is great and all this stuff, but a diamond is absolutely worthless unless it's found by somebody. So it's actually you guys that are making this happen. We went from about 350 subscribers on our YouTube channel when we started this, and now we have over 2,600 people. So thank you very much for that support. I appreciate that, and let's get to work. All right, no change today. I mean, we have, looking here at the Dow Jones Industrial Average 6-month chart, each candlestick being 1 day. Today's activity was what you would call flat. It's just a sideways activity. We've been seeing this for the past 4 days. We're just moving on this little trend, a little up, a little down, a little up, a little down. And then today was just flat. We had a split market close, but relatively flat across the board. So the movement here is, the question everybody's on their mind is, are we going to do this number or are we going to break down? The answer to that question is break down, and I'll show you why. Let's go right quick and look at the NASDAQ. Here we're looking at the NASDAQ. This is the exact same situation we've seen on the S&P, the Russell, the Dow Jones, and NASDAQ. Across the board, it's all the same out there. You're moving flat sideways, okay? Just in case you have about 5 days. This day was basically tight trading range. Following day we were up, following day we were down, following day we were up, following day down, and then back to this tight trading range. We're not going anywhere. And today's MPT rating came in at 03. It tells us the smart money is selling even at this level. Why? Because it makes perfect sense. That's why. You were back here, way back here. You can't even see it on this chart anymore. You rallied up here and you got shot down because of the fundamentals. Now the fundamentals are worse. We know a lot more than we knew back here, so why would you think from this exact same level you're going to rally up here? You're not. You don't have the fundamentals to back that up. In fact, the fundamentals are getting worse, so price activity will get worse. You also know that later this week you're going to get on Thursday the unemployment report for the week, which is going to be bad. I expect to be bad. It's been the consistent trend. And then again for the month. And of course, if the weeks are bad, you expect the month to be bad as well. So there's no reason, no catalyst, no good news out there that's going to drive prices higher. We're actually going to find catalysts to drive prices lower. From a purely technical standpoint, let's scroll on down and look at the volume. Okay, we can see that right here we have a very easy mathematical equation for everybody to understand. An overall downtrend. Why? Because the overall volume is on the downside. Okay, there's more sellers than there are buyers. This results in an overall downtrend. It's a mathematical certainty. Every time you test, you fail. Okay, now you're down here. I wonder what's going to happen. Well, you're going to fail. All right, pretty simple there. And the only way to turn around a trend, like we talked about yesterday, is to see a shift in volume. Smart money's got to come in with their money, dump it into the market. That puts a floor in the market, and you'll see a big spike of buy volume, which we do not have here. And so without that, you can't have this. All right, what you're going to end up with is this. All right, and when you start breaking lower, you're going to see an increase in sell volume as people start to become more confident in the fact that yes, indeed, this is a bear market. We are rolling back over. There is a double dip happening. Remember, way back here, we were telling you it's coming. It's just taken this long for people to actually start wising up to it. All right, you know that this is happening if you notice the previous bounces. In the previous bounce situations, from this one here was news driven, this one here took you up this high, this one here, big nice bounce here, this one was about ended here, but then for about 3 weeks you just played like it was going on, and then you had this one here, and now you've got this. I mean, this is just tiny, will not even move. Back here you got a little bit of smart money just day trading. This little bounce up to the 50-day moving average. In here, no smart money. Look at the MPT rating, consistently bearish, consistently showing no desire to buy this market right here and right now. So if they're not buying it, what are they doing? Well, according to today's MPT rating, they're selling it. And the MPT rating, for those of you guys who do not know, it's a proprietary indicator used at perfectstockalert.com. It's a 100% free website, 100% free tool. You can go check it out, and it shows every day overlaid on the chart what the prediction for the following day is. And today's data tells us to look for selling tomorrow. Okay, very cool, very easy, and I would not be long this market. I don't know how else to tell it to you. When the overall trend is down, you've heard the saying, the trend is your friend. It's because you want to work with the trend, not against it. If you go against it, you're going to be wrong. Let me expound on that for a moment. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. The overall trend, of course, is down, all right? Going way back here. And you can see that every single time she's tested this thing, she's failed. And here, we're at this little point where a little blip to the upside. What are we going to do? Ultimately, we're going to fail. We can still have a blip to the upside here and there, but the end result is going to be a fail, and we're going to go lower. That's the overall trend. That's what volume's doing. If you have more sellers and you have more buyers, then you have an overall downtrend. If buyers supersede sellers, you have an uptrend. Very mathematical, very simple. So let's imagine for a moment you had been a seller here, okay? You would have made money. Let's say you had horrible timing and you went in and you sold right down there. I mean, you were the guy selling or shorting at 617. Guess what? You still made money if you waited because the trend is your friend. Now let's say you were a bull. All right, you go in here and you say, man, I'm going to buy right here. You made money if you got out right there, but if you didn't, you lost money, okay? Consistently. If you made bad timing trade, let's assume you didn't get in the very bottom here and you'd said, I'm going to buy here. Well, you've been just slight green, maybe on an intraday activity there, and then ever since then you've been showing a loss because the overall trend is your friend if you work with it, and it is down, okay? Pretty easy to understand that. As long as you obey the rules, you're okay. You break the rules, I'm taking your money, okay? Very simple. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's 100% free. It's right there. All we ask in return, refer a friend. For those of you who are wondering what you should do right after watching this video, you should probably subscribe to our YouTube channel, or I'll hit you with a stick. A quick look at the disclaimer, read it and weep. Okay, next week we begin our September trading course. I hope to see you all there. We're at 50% capacity, so there's not a whole lot of spaces left, but people who are interested in that kind of thing can go check it out on our website. Again, 100% free. Look forward to seeing you there. God bless. Take care. Remember, this is a funky week. You got a lot of data coming out on Thursday and Friday as well as on Wednesday, but very important data on Thursday and Friday. It's going to be very bearish for the market, I expect, and then you're going into a 3-day weekend. Look for more selling this week. Very easy to understand that, okay? God bless. Take care. I'll see you all tomorrow.